Hello. So let's discuss plantar fasciitis. Now, if you think of the sole of the foot, you have your arch system that supports the base of the foot. This is fascia, so it's connective tissue. There's not a lot of blood supply to that area, and it is like the connective tissue that is being fed from the muscles. It's coming down, so from the calf muscle, you've got anterior tibialis that comes down, crosses over the foot, and then comes down into the base of the foot. That can influence the plantar fascia. When it becomes inflamed, so plantar fasciitis is the inflammation of the plantar fascia. When it becomes inflamed, it's your body telling you that you are doing something that it doesn't like. Often people talk about rolling out with a ball. But what people do wrong is that they go in too deep and just add to the inflammation. So if you think about going to a sports massage therapist, traditionally very deep, and it causes redness, it causes pain, heat. That's all an inflammatory response, which you're in essence doing with your ball when you roll it aggressively through the base of the foot. And that's why you don't want to go too hard, too deep, because you want to allow the plantar fascia to do its inflammatory response, because it clearly needs to recover from something, and allow those immune responses, inflammatory responses to occur, but you don't want to add to it. Ice is okay for pain, but again, it's inflamed for a reason, so allow it to do itself, do stuff. If it's too painful or the inflammatory response goes on for too long, then yes, maybe add some ice to it. But what I would focus on is mobilization of the ankle, so like heel drops on the stairs, nice and gentle. You can write the alphabet with your ankle, and working through the muscles that feed in to the foot. So the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius at the back, so the big superficial muscle. You've also got the soleus, which sits underneath the gastrocs. So those muscles I would get on the foam roller or gently massage through with a ball, just trying to encourage them to relax and ease off. But also work on the muscles of the side, so you've got your proprioceptor muscles that come down. If you imagine the veins of a horse, this is what these muscles are doing. They're coming down, feeding into the under part of the foot, and they help stabilize the foot when you're running, when you're walking. They switch on quite quickly when your brain tells them where you need to plant your foot. Okay, whether you're coming up to a rock and need to sort of stabilize yourself to accommodate the rock underneath your foot. Those are the ones that are switching on to like push-pull system. So yeah, your proprioceptor muscles, and then your anterior tibialis, which is the muscle that brings your foot up when you plant your heel when you're running or walking. If you're a heel striker when you're running, that is the muscle here. Okay, there's a really nice, you can work really nicely just with your fingertips, pulling the bone away from the shin, so you can feel the ridge of the tibia, and you can work from the knee down, just gently pulling it off. But those would be the things that I would do: gentle mobilisation of the hip and the knee with heel drops, alphabets with the ankles, and then working on the muscles, releasing the neuro pathways and the sort of the fascial tension through the muscles with some either hand massage or use the ball through. Other considerations to think about is, have you changed anything to create or irritate the fascia in the foot? So I had it, when was it? It was about 7 years ago. I had plantar fasciitis, and it was because I changed my trainers and I changed how I ran. So I was very much a heel drop, heel strike runner, and then I changed to a zero drop trainer and moved more onto the mid foot. So I would plant my mid foot, and although I built up so slowly because I just had James, my youngest, so I wasn't running huge amounts, and I thought it was a perfect time to adapt my running style and move on to more of a mid-foot strike. I just didn't, my body just like, no. I think it was too much tension through the calf, then pulling onto the foot, and also when you're mid-foot striking, you're having to use the whole of the sort of the bounce system, the innate bounce system that is in your foot, ankle, your calf. But when you've been a heel striker and have been wearing traditional trainers for so long, that innate bounce system in your feet haven't been utilised as much as it should have done. So basically my legs just needed retraining and training up really slowly, which is why then I got plantar fasciitis, because even though I'd gone slowly, I just hadn't gone slowly enough. And it was fine after I think there was about 2 months of it flaring up. But yeah, think of stuff that you may have done, whether you training has gone up more, whether you're doing more off-road running, whether you have started coming up onto your midfoot more, whether you have traditionally you would wear slippers in the house, but you've actually started wearing or being barefoot around the house. That can cause plantar fasciitis. Just not because it's bad, but because you're creating a situation where your foot muscles and your fascia are actually having to work, and they're just having a bit of grumble about it. Anyway, let me know how you get on with those exercises and mobilisation, and if you have any queries, just give me a bell.